Hi guys, welcome to the Aigoo TV YouTube channel. I am Keshav
I am Kashish.
and we are here with the first episode of none other than K Tadka Talks.
So in this episode, we are gonna talk about BTS documentary.
The name is Beyond the Stars BTS The Whole Journey. और ये documentary इसलिए बनाई गई थी because BTS completed their 10 years. They debuted in 2013 and it's 2023 which just ended and we are in 2024. And after watching this documentary, we are gonna give you a best review. This documentary stand for our BTS or not, okay? Exactly, Kashish?
Yes!
First of all, I would like to talk the intro. Okay, the documentary, Disney done an amazing job. They were amazing with the intro. The intro was so good, I think. Yes, am I right?
Absolutely right. The way it started, the way RM talks. Of course, like we all know how RM talks, like so mature, so aesthetic. Come on. People say that art cannot change the world. But in fact, we all know BTS changed the world. BTS changed our perspective. And that's how it goes. Art can change the world. Music can change the world.
You know, guys, when it feels depression, music is the only things that get me out, okay? India, it's Anuv Jain or might be... Jungkook. Okay, she has a Jungkook I go for V. Exactly, I would say, Kashish, yes, I think music actually changed. The art literally changed how people think. And looking at those people in 2013 where they came from and now in 2023 talking about art, literally seems how mature these guys have gone and things.
So there was this question in the starting where she asked what is the reason behind a global sensation, like, you know, the popularity in this interview. RM goes like, music can change the world and how they look pretty. Of course they look pretty, we do know this. Again, the sense of that music can change the world, that they are changing the world, they are changing the perspectives with music only. The art they are established in right now, that is a very huge thing to stand on what they are right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. Following up on next, I really appreciate, Kashish, ki how documentary started, okay?
Exactly.
Behind the scene, you said me ki how documentary started, like...
So, okay, we were looking at the, like, you know, at a certain angle. Oh no.
We were looking at
timestamps.
a timestamp and we saw ki how documentary
is documenting as such. They started with the 2020 wala scene when everything happened. Map of the Soul tour they started with. It started with the present initially and I have heard that कि ये past में भी जाने वाला है. जैसा मैंने सुना है, जैसा मैंने trailer देखा कि everything will go into past. We will cry a lot. I think I will cry. Okay, guys, don't mind.
As they show that how COVID affected their best tour, which everyone was excited, but we won't be excited enough because they never come in India and I don't think so they will be coming in next few years.
और मुझे लगता नहीं आना चाहिए. Like people will agree here. Like I don't think people will treat them as they want. Like what?
My team won't agree if they are not coming. My girlfriend would be very sad, but okay, she might be happy then.
No, I'm not happy that they're not coming to India. I'm just happy. I'm not even happy. I'm just saying ki I don't want them here to get disrespected as the people we see here.
So on the next, as we have seen, Stefan is telling how many awards these guys have won. Okay, it's not one or two, or it's not the small awards like Filmfare or any other thing. But
Times Magazine most influential list pe they were there. Of course, they had like 3 top selling albums at one time. They broke the record of Beatles. Like they were after Beatles for this.
Selling 3 albums within less than a year
is a huge deal.
Guys, come on. Any musician, I think it would be a great thing to sell this much amount of things. And if you are a true fan and you've been following or being in the army for a really long time, you guys would have also purchased it.
Exactly.
But the music at the intro is still going till 2 to 3 minutes.
I'm gonna live with ya. Ew.
Okay, it's getting me hyped up more to watch this, okay?
They are global sensation. The amount of time they spent in the past to get where they are right now, it is a huge deal. It is a very huge deal. And for an Asian act, for a K-pop act like this, the pressure would be immaculate. Like it would be huge, devastating. Because I have, as an army, I have heard ki how much unaliving thoughts they might have.
How many sad thoughts or maybe lonely thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. We have always heard from RM, from Suga, that from Jimin, from everyone basically, that how depressed they were at some point of time and how challenging it was for them to cope up with their mental health. And with this 2020 thing, उनका उस time पर concert था वो cancel हो गया था. That is still in my mind and this still hurts me.
Okay, the documentary literally shows how sad were they to plan such big concerts to go all over world and having world tours. Fans were literally so excited in the documentary that how they bought tickets. Finally having the happiness of getting ticket. We won't be able to feel it, but
Exactly.
happiness of getting the ticket is really good. And I was excited that COVID hit because I didn't have to give exams at back then, but they were sad that the concert were cancelled.
But to be honest, to see the point that 2020 maybe they were so active. Like I became a fan in 2020 myself, and that phase was very depressing.
Yes, guys, their own music doesn't help them to get out of depression, but it does for us. Okay,
Definitely.
as a joke, it's all great and thing, but COVID literally affected a lot. I think everyone as an artist, everyone as an influencer in anywhere in the world, the moment you are preparing to have your best concert or having your best things, and when it finally come to the execution, and then some things really spoils it, really affects mood. As in the documentary, it showed how Jungkook and they are sitting near the beach and realizing how calm it is now.
We have a context for that.
Yes, we have a context.
Right, of course we know they started their Instagram accounts after a COVID-19 wala period mein. We were glad, like as an army I was very glad that they came online, but I was also scared that hate they might get, but okay, that's a different story. There was this picture JK had this on his DP when he started the account. It was the same scene we saw in the documentary, like the beach scene. Jimin was there. JK said that he changed a lot during that time. He contemplated, he realized a lot of things. As we see, like hum bhi change hue the us time pe. Of course I am a different person now as I was in 2019, but J-Hope said that it didn't change how depressed he was. It didn't change the reality that he was sad all the time or he was not happy all the time. The contrast I see here, it is a very nice contrast because it's both complementary scenes. When JK is saying that he changed a lot and J-Hope is saying that he did not change a lot. The COVID thing did not change the reality he was in. And when Life Goes On came, we actually can see how their life was affected, how our lives were affected, how they wanted to go on this concert they were going to be. It's just the phase that we had at that point of time which was challenging for them as well as us.
Exactly. I think the change is kind of really visible in his music as well, in everyone's music, as they also said that missing ARMY. And I think the main reason for missing might be because for so many years when you work with them daily routine and you get up, you perform, you practice, you turns out to give something to the audience, and it's kind of becomes a daily routine, and suddenly everyone is somewhere else. You can't meet, you cannot perform, you cannot practice, you cannot rehearse.
Exactly. We said that he wanted to be on the airport से despise a lot, and that is a huge point to cover because we all know the airport reality. We all know, definitely know that it's like the panic attacks are real क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा भीड़ होती है. And when we said कि he wanted to go on those airports again, it was like it broke my heart a little because that is quite, मैं डर जाऊंगी अगर मैं ऐसे airport पे जाऊंगी, but he wanted to go during that time is a huge thing. And they also said that they had this realizations that what they had was not just there. They don't have to take that for granted. J-Hope said that he realized how he loved music, how he loved dancing that much, जो कि उसको पहले नहीं पता था. Maybe he knew that he loved dancing, but he realized कि how important it was for him, how music was important for all these guys. They have been like together from past 10 to 11 years. That is a huge thing, and how important these guys were to each other.
Finally you realized, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think with all of this fuss and everything, self-awareness or self-realization is great thing.
True that.
Because you finally realize what you need and what you can give to people as well. And after that, I think concert took a way long time to come. I think 3 years to finally people to get back to the concerts, and the concert were amazing.
To get what we want, we did wait a lot.
Yes, which concert was cancelled due to COVID was fabulous. As Suga said that they are the family actually in documentary. So now it's time to finally go back to when they finally debuted. Okay, now they are actually taking us to back in 2013 when it actually feels like really nostalgic. So in 2013 it's finally showing how they are kids now and wearing the black outfit. Not appreciated outfit, but okay, they are wearing a good thing. Making their music practiced for 2 years and now finally ready to make a debut on Korean television.
Like as mentioned, Bang Si-hyo PD name. What do we call him? Bang PD. Bang PD. Jokes. Never mind. But he was in the documentary, as he said, how he formed, how he was feeling thing about the members from the starting itself, because they started pretty low. Like, we all know how they started. They had this garage they were working in. As trainees, they had to work a lot. They were on diets and everything was very difficult for them, of course. Bang Si-hyuk, he wanted all of them to be on the team. How he wanted Suga, how impressed he was with their skills from the starting itself. When we say, like, RM was he had this character, he had this knowledge that he was impressed with. We all know Suga's story, right? But Suga himself was pretty skeptical that if you want to be in the team of BTS, yeah, BTS mein tab hoga nahi hoga. But Bang Si-hyuk was pretty sure that he wanted someone like Suga to be on the team.
And I think his gut was really good at that time, because if he wouldn't have formed that group and if he would have give any second thought to selecting any of them, I think BTS wouldn't have existed. And literally these only people are the one who deserves to complete BTS and working so hard. And I think Bang Si was very supportive towards these people. I think very comfortable looking at them, their kids right now, and how he really need to find a good position, comfortable environment so that they can debut very comfortably. And I think they did good very debut.
Definitely.
The debut was really amazing. Everyone loved back in 2013, and still I think the new army is going back in 2013, enjoying the music as she did back in 2020.
Yeah, I did. That was a phase of my life. They were intended to be in the group. How it was written, like, you know, it was a fate basically. They were destined together, like we say, because a lot of changes were there, like members were changing. There was so much of auditions going on. Because Suga and RM were the first members, they were selected in the group itself. You know, from past 11 years, they are together now. And us time pe bhi aisa tha ki there were a lot of changes going on. Like, RM is there, Suga is there, but no one else was there pretty clearly. But again, after a lot of mehnat and everything like that, they did debut with the members they have now. Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Minyoung, Ki Jong-seok, Park Jimin, Kim Taeyong, Jeonjong, BTS.
I do what they tell me to do, guys.
So I started crying in between.
So moving on to the next thing, while watching, she started crying at the scene where they interact with their fans, because she is one of the greatest fan over here. The queen of Aigoo TV, okay guys? So chill, don't say ki you were crying. You don't know, I told you, but still you can't say that she was crying. And I think it's a great thing for an idol to interact with their fans. And I want Kashish to express you guys, because she is the one who is the bigger fan here.
Okay, so the scenes continued, how they debuted, how they had this so much of hardships going on, how they had their first, interaction with their fans, how they were on the street meeting their fans, they had their first broadcast. Okay, how much I wanted to be the fan at that point of time, sitting on the floor talking to them, but of course I couldn't. But I started crying at the point when they were interacting in their first fan meet they had. So they were telling us how actually it was in the past few years. They had these hardships, the trainee period was so hard, they had strict diets, they were continuously practicing all the time. For like 6 months they were in the training rooms all the time. But wo bol rahe ki it might sound very exaggerated, but it is true. They were very hard on themselves at that point of time. We also know about Jimin ka diet as well. It was very strict. I started crying at the point when they were interacting with each other, telling the words they had for each other, like, I love you, like, aisa. They were just expressing themselves, how hard it was for them. For the whole time they were being together, they met their fans.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I think on any of the idol or any of the music star who is kind of building their fans can deliver any bad thing. But the group who already had a bunch amount of fans all over international, all over Korea, and people are actually wanted to deliver something good, they kind of had a pressure. And I think preparing for 6 months is kind of very less. Even if I was there, मुझे 6 महीने बहुत कम लगेंगे.
Exactly. The choreographies at that point of time were very hard. At that point of time, you're spending like your whole day in this closed environment where you just can't do anything, just practice, eat, practice, nothing else you are doing. Or eat bhi kya, they were on strict diets, like,
exactly.
We all know how K-pop diets are, right? Like,
and I think after preparing for this also, they gave an amazing job. Their debut was amazing, and I think the 6 months practice really did stand somewhere where BTS show them that they can do it.
Yeah,
and I think 6 months was good for them.
They were growing up, but still nothing was changing. जिमिन का भी मोनोलॉग टाइप चल रहा था बीच में when he said कि you know he is an adult now but doesn't feel like he is because everything is so normal, everything is same, routine is same. He is living with those 7 members again and the diets, the routines and everything, like nothing is changed. As we move forward, आगे आया कि how they were winning awards and how they were not winning awards as well.
Exactly.
Like at some certain point of time they were so distressed that they are not getting the first place and उनकी कंपनी पे क्योंकि हाइब उस टाइम पे इतना वेल ऑफ नहीं था, जब उनको फर्स्ट अवार्ड मिला they were compared with big agencies, they were compared with the trainees from the big agencies. As Aram said बीच में कि you know he felt very under pressure कि they were being compared with these big agencies and stuff like that क्योंकि उनकी कंपनी उस टाइम पे was not that well off. बांग्शियू कितना पैसा लगा रहा था उन लोगों पे, they were distressed, everything was same, the financial stability was same, their routines were same. जिमिन ने बीच में add on किया था कि financially भी also there was a point कि बोलते अगर negative में ही क्यों ना चले जाए, you know where they were not winning, तो उसके लिए they went promotions and stuff. उन्होंने LA में शूट किया, इतना पैसा लगाया जा रहा था and they were like what if अगर अभी भी हमें कुछ नहीं मिलता है तो what if we are not getting what we want now as well. But उसके बाद से they started with all the like you know awards and stuff. First place मिलना start हुआ.
They didn't give up. They came up with their third album and then keep on coming with the song, the new concept, the things they didn't shoot. They were trying something new.
Exactly.
Even after so many problems, they were doing something, right?
When the third album came, like the most beautiful series came, Jimin and Suga said कि it was based on youth. Exactly. But the point was कि it was so relatable. They couldn't stop crying. Jimin said he cried a lot during that series because they were working on what they were at that point of time. They were vulnerable. They used to cry a lot. They were mentally distressed. Even now, Jin also mentioned कि even though they were winning an awards and stuff, he was like it's embarrassing to say but we always work hard तभी हमें ये सब मिल रहा है. Of course you have to work hard तभी आपको चीजें मिलेंगी.
Exactly.
Point,
Yes,
right?
yes. They didn't stop. They gave everything what they want, and I think they gave an absolute amazing. To be honest, while till the end in the first episode, as you have seen, they're winning the awards, continuous awards. The awards they didn't think that they'll won, but they actually did, and that's the great job. Excited, BTS ने won yes.
Okay, guys, that was all for today, and we loved the episode 1 for the Beyond the Stars BTS Monuments का documentary, and I think हम next वाले episodes भी इतने ही पसंद करने वाले हैं. I will cry a lot in next episodes too. I am pretty sure about that as well. Stay tuned for next videos as well क्योंकि हम अभी भी देख रहे हैं. अभी तो first episode ही cover किया है.
Yes.
So we will be watching every episode and reviewing every episode right here.
Till then, don't forget to watch K Tadka Talks. More episode coming next Friday, and the second episode will be coming next Friday. Okay, be excited. Okay, share this video, and till then,
Annyeong!